All right, let's get right into it. If you spend any time online, you've definitely seen them. The AI experts, the gurus, the strategists popping up everywhere. But you have to ask, how many of them are legit? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down a really simple test to help you tell the real pros from the phonies.
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. That's not just some funny one-liner. It's getting at a huge, huge problem right now. The whole space is just completely flooded with noise.
In fact, some people estimate that a whopping 90% of these self-proclaimed gurus are, well, fake. They're just repackaging content, selling courses, and chasing clicks. But here's the good news. There is a simple 30-second test that can filter almost all of them out.
So why is this such a big deal? I mean, who cares, right? Well, this flood of so-called experts isn't just harmless fluff. It's actually doing real damage. They aren't creating anything new. They're just pushing out generic content that, honestly, makes a lot of people feel like they're hopelessly behind.
You know, I've seen this happen with my own eyes. I have friends, brilliant, accomplished people over 50, who have literally just quit trying to learn AI because some guru's advice made them feel dumb. And that's the thing you have to remember. That feeling is manufactured. It's a sales tactic, plain and simple. It has nothing to do with your ability to learn.
So what do we do about it? How do we fight back? Well, we use this simple tool. We're going to walk through a quick 5-part test that basically acts like a filter. Now, it's not going to be perfect, but I promise it'll help you cut through about 80% of the junk out there and fast.
Okay, let's get to the test itself. It's just 5 simple questions you can ask yourself. And here's the rule. If any creator you're watching fails just two or more of these tests, you move on. That's it. Simple.
So here are the 5 things we're going to look for. Are they actually making things or just teaching? Are their examples super specific or really generic? Do they ever admit that AI screws up? How is their audience growing? And finally, do they get that AI isn't just one single thing? All right, let's break these down one by one.
First up, are they makers or are they just teachers? See, real AI users actually build things. They run businesses, they solve actual problems, and their social media feed shows you their real work and what happened. A fake guru, on the other hand, their entire feed is just tips, tricks, and lists. They never ever show you anything they actually built themselves, and that, right there, is a huge red flag.
And that leads right into test number 2. Are their examples specific or are they totally generic? A real practitioner, they'll show you the messy details. They'll say, look, here's a real email I was struggling with. Here's the exact prompt I gave the AI, and here's how I tweaked the result. The fakes, they just give you those generic lists like 5 prompts every entrepreneur needs. That stuff is designed to get likes, not to actually be useful.
Okay, I find this next test really interesting because it's all about looking for flaws. Do they admit when the AI messes up? Come on, anyone who seriously uses these tools knows they make mistakes all the time. Real users will show you those mistakes and then explain how they fix them. Fake gurus, though, they're selling a fantasy, this idea that AI is some magic wand that works perfectly every time. If all you see are posts about how AI will change your life with zero effort, they haven't used it for anything serious, period.
Now, this next one might feel a little backwards at first. You have to ask, is their audience growing too fast? Yeah, you heard that right. Explosive growth is often a really bad sign. It usually means the creator is just gaming the system with clickbait lists and simple headlines to go viral. A creator who goes from, say, 1,000 followers to 200,000 in 6 months, they're almost certainly chasing reach, not truth. Real experts tend to grow a lot more slowly because their content is, based in reality.
And finally, do they talk about AI like it's all one thing? Anyone who really uses this stuff knows that Claude is not the same as Gemini, and Gemini is not the same as ChatGPT. Real users have strong opinions on which tool is best for what job. The fakes will just say, use AI for this, or AI can do that. It is a dead giveaway that they haven't used the tools enough to know how different they actually are.
So, there you have it. Those are the 5 tests. And just remember that rule, okay? If the person you're following fails on 2 or more of these points, just skip them. Unfollow, move on. Your time and your attention are way too valuable to waste on all that noise. Okay, so we know how to spot the fakes, which naturally leads to a much more important question. Who should we be listening to? Where can you actually find reliable, useful AI info?
Honestly, the best sources are usually the most direct ones. First, just go straight to the makers themselves. OpenAI, Google, Anthropic. They all have blogs and YouTube channels. Second, find the serious practitioners who are sharing case studies of things they've actually built. And then there are the 2 most overlooked sources of all.
Just ask your AI questions directly, and this is the most important one, run your own experiments. And this quote right here just says it all, doesn't it? The best way to learn is by doing. Seriously, every minute you spend watching someone else use AI is a minute you could have been using it yourself. It's time to shift from just consuming content to actually getting your hands dirty. So to wrap all this up, I want to give you a clear mission, something you can do right now. Think of it as a little health check for your own social media feeds.
Here's your assignment. Go look at the last 5 AI creators you followed or started watching. Run each of them through the 5 tests we just covered. If they fail 2 or more, just unfollow. Then, if you're feeling up to it, drop a comment and share one creator you unfollowed and why. When we all work together to cut out the noise, everyone learns more. It's that simple.
Look, learning all this new technology can feel really intimidating, especially with all the hype and nonsense out there. But please, don't let the fake gurus scare you away. Just dive in, start experimenting, and don't be afraid to get things wrong. Just try anyway. You might be really surprised by what you can do.